I'm Chris, I'm an audio engineer, and I'm gonna tell you some things about recording. Thanks for all your comments on the previous video. It showed me that many people are interested in this, so it's not a waste of time. I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm gonna talk about the rooms, the signal and quality path of a studio, differences of sound, recording rules and pre-production. We are still in my apartment because the studio will only be ready for another 2 weeks, so I have all our recording equipment here, but the real recording will happen in the studio. In a good studio you have many rooms. You have the control room. This is the room where all your recording equipment is hosted, your mixer, your preamps, your outboard FX. This is where the guy sits who records and where you listen to the recording and mix it. The control room has to be adjusted by an acoustic technician because you want to get the sound of your mix in the studio, you want the same sound outside, and this can only happen if your control room really sounds good. Next is the recording room. This is a separate room because you only want the instrument on your microphone when you're recording, nothing else. So it's very close, you don't hear any outside noise. Some studios have more than one recording room, 2 or 3, an extra vocal booth only for vocals, a very small dammed room. You will use that room too for guitars, acoustic guitars and amps. For the drums you use a very big room with a real good reverb in it. Sometimes you even record that reverb for your recording. Some studios have a technical room. This is the room where they put all the noisy stuff from the control room in, like computers, power supplies of the mixers, all that has fan in it. So the control room is very quiet and you can mix just the sound you hear out from the speakers. Next I'm going to talk to you about the signal path of a recording studio and explain all the gear which is needed. Here's a little sketch. At the beginning is the source you want to record. If it is an acoustical instrument, guitar, drums or a singer, microphones are the way to capture that. There are a few different types of microphones. You have dynamic mics, this is one, this is the Shure SM57, and there are condenser ones, this is a Neumann TLM 103. The basic difference between those two are that the dynamic ones are less loud, they noise more, but they can take more loudness from the instrument you record. The condenser mics are more sensitive, they can capture more details of your sound, and they need 48 volt phantom power to work, so you have to generate this from your preamp. The mic is connected with a XLR cable to the stage box of your multicore. This is one. Multicores are used to have a permanent mic connection from your recording room to the mixer in your control room. In a studio we only use balance cable, XLR cables or stereo TRS cables, because balanced cables are more safe from irritations from the outside, like electrical cable or computer displays. The output of a microphone is very low, so you have to gain it up with a microphone preamp. Normally you use a mixer to do this, but there are also outboard preamps available. Here we have our Avalon VT737 tube preamp. It's a whole channel strip. We have a TL Audio C1 tube compressor and mic preamp, and the Focusrite ISA 828 transformer preamp, which is a 8-channel preamp. For keyboards and such things you don't need a microphone, you just connect them directly to your preamp. This gain signal then can be sent to an insert effect like a compressor or a gate for pre-processing, but this will alter your sound before the recording device, so it's permanently on your recording. That's why I don't do it that often, because you can take it back. Now it's time to route your microphone signal to your recording device, because when you have 24 microphones connected to your mixer, you want to send them on 24 tracks or on 12 tracks, anything you want. Normally this is done with a mixer. If you use an interface for this, the interface is connected to your computer. routing will be done with the software in the computer. Recording device. You can choose analog on tape, like this. This is a tape machine. It costs more than $100,000, and a 50-minute tapes costs 200 bucks. But many engineers still like this analog sound because analog tape adds some saturation to your sound. So many plugins on the computer and output equipment try to simulate this saturation to get that sound. You can record digital on hard disk recorders or other medias, or you can use DAW's digital audio workstation like Cubase, Apple Logic Pro, or DigiDesign Pro Tools, which is state of the art in most of the professional recording studios. For a DAW to get digital, you need a converter to convert your analog microphone signal to digital data, so you can save this on your hard drive. We still can't hear anything of our recording or the microphone we placed for our source, so we listen back from the recording device and put this on our speakers or the headphone of the musician. We never listen to the microphone before the recording device, because when there is a problem with the connection of the mixer to the recording device, you only hear it when you listen back from your recorder. Again, this is normally done with a mixer. You make the mix for the engineer and you make an extra mix for all the musicians, because some musicians need some different things on their headphones to record, but you want an extra mix, you want to hear everything the way you like this. If you're recording analog, you need output effects. If you mix, you need compressors, gates, reverbs, delays, and other special effects. If you're using a DAW to record, you can also use output equipment, but normally it's done with plugins in the software. Difference of sound. Now we're going to talk about the differences of a sound. First we have the character. It's explained like this: if you whisper something or you scream something, you can do everything you want with that whispering. You can put EQs on it, compressors, any effects, it won't sound like a scream. This is a character. An instrument has a character of its own, so it means if you're recording a drum kit and this drum kit sounds like nothing at all, it has no good character for your sound you want to record, then it won't sound good at all. Every note you play on an instrument has an attack time, a decay time, a sustain time and a release time. This you can adjust in the mix with transient designers and compressors. Frequencies are the last difference. You can adjust this with a EQ. Here I gained 100 Hz and cut 1 kHz with an EQ by 10 dB.